Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, and today we're gonna do something a little bit kind of silly. So I, back in January, went and posted on Twitter a series of polls to see what you guys wanted to see from this channel, what you guys were interested in, what you were a little bit less interested in, and as a joke, on like almost all of them, I just put an option that was just like more cats, or feature more cats, or just show the cats more often. And that's what won for almost all of them. So this video is your fault. I'm letting the cats pick my February TBR. I feel like I've kind of cemented myself as a crazy cat lady on book Twitter for a number of reasons. The cat poetry is possibly one of them, all the cat photos, all of that good stuff. I actually had a publicist reach out at some point saying, "Hi, I noticed that you are, a cat person. Would you like to review this book about cats?" And I was like, yeah, I would. Please, thank you. So I am going to just continue with this trend and just give in to the crazy cat lady thing. Whatever. But before I get started with books that I'm going to have them choose, I am going to show off some of the books that I would like to read in February that I either know I kind of have to read or are my current reads. It is February 1st today, so these are the books that are carrying over from January. So I'm going to get started with that, and then we're going to figure out how to make this work. So I'm just going to rattle through these pretty quickly. These three books are my current reads. I'm not really sure how I feel about one of them, but we'll get there. I'm kind of in this funny phase again of really being unsure about what I want to read, because when something really strikes a chord with me, I'm loving it and I'm reading it really fast, and books that aren't quite grabbing my interest, I'm really struggling with. So actually last month I didn't DNF, but I set aside Hero at the Fall by Alwyn Hamilton, and I love the Rebel of the Sands books, and I know I really want to read Hero at the Fall, but for whatever reason I just couldn't really get into it, so I've set that aside for now. I think I'm gonna do the same thing with Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This is the second book in the Diviners series. I'm on page 106 and I am still enjoying it, but it's not something that I'm really reaching for. I'm not going ahead and trying to pick it up. It's just not capturing my interest at this time. So what I might do is just set this one aside for now, and then when I decide that I would like to get back to it, I know that there are some recaps for this book online. Another book that I am reading right now, but I'm really enjoying. It is taking me a little bit longer to get through this one than I thought it would, because this is a novella, and I keep being tricked into thinking that because novellas are much shorter than like full-length novels, I will be able to just blast through them. That has not been the case with this. This is The Armored Saint by Mike Cole. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm about 100 pages in, which means I'm like almost exactly halfway. I'm really enjoying it. It's quite dense, but it's really a fantastic read so far. And the last book that I am reading right now was kind of one that I just randomly decided to pick up because it's been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I actually picked up the audiobook because I had some spare Audible credits, and I am not loving the audiobook narrator, but I am enjoying the story. I don't think that this is going to be like a 5-star read, a favorite book or anything, but this is Reign of the Fallen. I hope you can see this amazing cover, even though it's driving my camera crazy, so I'm going to put it down in a second. But this is by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This came out last year. Oh, I got my light back. That's nice. So again, I'm going to probably go ahead and finish this in the month of February, so I'll talk about it then, but it is in a fantasy world. Our main character is a necromancer. It apparently has a lot of LGBTQ representation, which is awesome. I will report back on how I feel about this at the end of February. The last book that I would like to read is, of course, King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I have been looking forward to this, even though I did not like the Grisha trilogy. I thought it was not great, not really kind of well executed, but it's very much a sort of YA of that particular time. It has a lot of those tropes, which I think YA has since outgrown. This book features a character who's more of a main character in the Grisha trilogy, who also appears in Six of Crows, and I am very excited because he was one of the only characters in the Grisha trilogy that I was really enjoying before I set it aside. So I'm sure loads of people know exactly what this is about, but again, I'm hoping that I will get to it in February, so we'll talk about it in that wrap-up. I have some arcs that I would also really like to get to this month. We'll see if it happens. They're a little bit more of a priority than the other books, but I have a couple here, one of which I'm actually not entirely sure of when it comes out. I think it's already out in the US, but it's not out in the UK, but the other two are February releases. So that first February release is Master of Sorrows by Justin Call. This is one that I'm really looking forward to. All I really know about it is a school setting, which I always enjoy in fantasy, and the tagline on the front, which is, "What if you were destined to be a villain?" I'm really looking forward to this one. I don't know much about it. I've kind of been avoiding reviews. I want to know what people sort of rate it, but I don't want to know sort of too much about it. The next book that I have is Enchantée by Gita Trelease. This is a historical fiction book that also combines fantasy elements, so it takes place in the reign of Marie Antoinette, and a character who's kind of getting by on her meager magic, sort of living in poverty, decides to lift herself up and sort of go to the French court. I don't know much about this, but it's getting wonderful reviews. And what I'd like to kind of squeeze in, because I don't really know when this comes out, I probably should have looked it up before I started, this is The Splintered Silence, and this is by Kayla Olson. I've heard literally no one talk about this book. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds really interesting to me. It sounds a lot like The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James, which is a book that I absolutely adore. It sounds really, really interesting. I talk about it in a previous book haul, so I will go ahead and link that below. I'm gonna go ahead and give this whole cat thing a shot. All I can see of the cats right now is Dax's tail. I think they're avoiding me. I think they know it's coming up. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of books, because I like it when TBRs are kind of guided. It's not really something I've done before. So I think I'm going to have maybe some new releases that I want to read, maybe some books that I missed out on last year, but I'll figure it out. What I'm going to do is pull two off the shelf and have them pick, you know, right hand or left hand. They'll kind of boop their head into whatever, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm looking at my shelves now, and I think what I might do for this first category is sort of classic YA books that are much beloved in the YA genre. So I'm thinking, let's see if I can get this down. I'm thinking The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon can be an option. So I've just run off camera to pick up City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, another sort of classic of the genre that I haven't read yet. I've got Dax curled up in my bathrobe next to me, so I'm gonna see if I can get her to choose one of these. Right, okay, this is Dax. Hi, Dax! You don't see her very often because she doesn't really like to be held, so she's not like Sophia, who doesn't mind being scooped up and held on screen. Let's see what Dax says. Right, kitten? So we've got two books, Daxie. We've got City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. We also have The Bone Season. So right hand Cassandra Clare, left hand Samantha Shannon. What do you think, Daxie girl? Ooh, a strong choice for Cassandra Clare. All right, interesting. I had no idea you were a fan. You are so tolerant. You're a very good girl. All right, hi again. It's me. Sorry, I'm not a cat. So I think what I'm going to do next is books that I kind of missed out on last year. So I have Everless by Sarah Holland, and I have Furyborn by Claire Legrand. Both of these are young adult fantasy. Oh, where are you going? Okay, so she's wandered away from me because she's doing Dax stuff. But I have two bits of paper. You might be able to hear. I have a blue one for Furyborn, and I have a red one for Everless. Okay, cat. Oh, she picked red! Dax went red. I don't remember which one that was. Good job, Daxie girl. Oh, you're so clever. Look at you. She's born for this. So we are on to part two. I have had Daxie pick some books, and now we've got Sophia. So Sophia's kind of the one who inspired this whole sort of silly video, because in our house, when we need to make a decision and neither of us want to choose, we kind of let Sophia boop her head into one of our fists. Hi! So I figured that she can help me choose some books out in this way, and the only problem is now she's attacking her sister and she's run off. So I'm gonna go break up that fight and see if I can get her to choose some books for me. Sophia, you asshole! Stop it. Don't beat up your sister. Okay, so I have managed to set the trap of a very cozy duvet, which the cats tend to fall for. I didn't intend to get Daxie here too, but it's nice to see them snuggling sometimes. So, Sophia, you ready? You're gonna pick some books for me, okay? You like to rub your face on books enough anyway, so, you know, might as well help. Okay, Sophia, are you ready to help? You gonna give me a hand? Yeah, she's unsure. So Sophia likes to rub her face on books, especially if she feels we're not paying attention to her, so this is kind of her chance to redeem herself and be helpful and useful, hey? Yeah, she doesn't care. So what I thought that I would do for this particular round is I have 2 books that are from series I want to complete this year, and they're both the last books in trilogies. They're on my what was it, series I want to finish in 2019 video that I did. So I can link that below if you're interested, but I have Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb, which I talk about my utter heartbreak of the series in that video, and I have Bright Ruin by Vic James. I'm really excited to read this one. I have had a funny relationship with the series because I thought the first book was really okay and I thought the second book was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I love how vicious she is with her character. She does not shy away from character death, so we also have Bright Ruin. Okay, Sophia, right hand is going to be Assassin's Quest, and then my left hand is going to be Bright Ruin. So, okay, kitten. Go ahead and take a pick. Which one's it gonna be? Not you, Dax. It's not your turn. Come on, Sophie. This is somehow not working. Okay, hi. Hi. Let me give you tickles. Oh. Okay, we've gotten her to like me again. So, right hand, Assassin's Quest, and left hand is Bright Ruin. What do you think? Ooh. Strong choice for Assassin's Quest. I think that I will go ahead and read that. Thank you, kitty. So for my last category, I want to kind of stay on top of books that I'm buying this year. So I have 2 books from my January book haul. So I have The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. This is kind of a historical fiction meets sort of demon-slaying fantasy. It looks super fun. I've heard really good things. And then I have A Winter's Promise. This is by Christelle Dobos, and she is I believe a French writer. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she's a French author, and this has been translated into English. I've heard really great things, but I know literally nothing about it. I just happen to really like this cover. Okay, now that we got a little bit of head scratching out of the way, we are going to choose a book. So, again, this is going to be Dark Days Club. This is going to be Winter's Promise. You're doing a really aggressive stare at the left hand, so I'm going to say that's Winter's Promise. Good job, Sophie girl. God, you guys are cute. I love it when you 2 get along. They were like wrestling each other and trying to murder each other in the hall like 10 minutes ago, and now they're snuggling, because I guess that's how cats work. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. The cats were very wonderfully supportive. It took a little bit of time, a little bit more effort than I usually have to put in chasing them around the flat, and it's taken a couple of days to get this done, but I'm really, really glad that we ended up doing this. So I have a fair number of books that I am planning on reading in February. I don't know whether or not I'm actually going to get to all of these, because it just happens that I am really bad at sticking to TBRs, but I am really going to try because I want to work through my kind of gigantic TBR that I have for this year. I'd really like to reduce that because it's sitting at like 400 books or something, which is silly. So I am going to gather up all of the books that I have strewn across the floor and wrap up everything that I'm planning to read this month. So first things first, I am going to finish The Armored Saint by Mike Cole and Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh. These are both books that I'm currently reading. I am hoping to get to King of Scars this month. We'll see how it goes. I am planning on doing kind of like a vlog for this. Instead of doing a weekly vlog, I'm going to do like a 1 book vlog and see how that goes. So you might find out what I think about this book before my wrap up, which is kind of exciting. Dax went ahead and chose City of Bones by Cassandra Clare for a kind of classic YA book that I need to read, and Everless by Sarah Holland as a book that I missed out on last year. And Sophia went ahead and chose The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman as one of my books that I picked up last month, and Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb as a series that I want to finish this year. And for my ARCs, I am hoping to read Enchantée by Gita Trelease and Master of Sorrows by Justin Call. Both of these books come out in the UK in February. And then also, if I can get there, I would like to read The Splintered Silence by Kayla Olson. I'm not 100% sure when that book comes out, so I don't know if it's going to be February or March or if it's already out or whatever. We'll see how it goes. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this slightly weird, slightly offbeat TBR video that I have done. I hope you enjoyed seeing the cats a little bit more because they're always incredibly popular. But let me know what you are planning to read in the month of February. If you have read any of these books, let me know what you thought of them. I would love to hear from you. Post bookish content to this channel fairly frequently, so hit subscribe, check back soon, and I will see you next time. Okay, I'm gonna let you go back to sleep.